customized, people are becoming more likely to open those emails. And actually, people are becoming more through their phones, so they're using 66%, like they're opening it through 66%. The bigger umbrella through all of these is actually content marketing. Now, this is what is actually the hype. It's content marketing, and it's actually taking over whatever new media platform, app, whatsoever is being introduced. This is what's the important aspect out of it. If we just go back to the before slide. So when we look at the new media, you're talking about the quality. The different quality that is being posted online differs. So it's not like traditional media where it's something that you know is true because it's published by newspapers or magazines. And then if we look at social media, it's more decentralized, which provides the opportunity to research and produce information in several different places.
Micro marketing, and it's getting detailed, targeted, fragmented more than the traditional.
Yes, and then if we look at the frequency, if we look at the information.
Sorry for stopping you, Dima. There are certain types of consumers that you cannot reach with traditional media, but you can really reach new media. That's also something important.
Yes, and if you look at frequency, what makes it much easier to say, if something is posted on the internet, inshallah, whatever you do, it's gonna get copied, it's gonna get, people are gonna spread it, it's gonna be posted in other places. It's really hard to remove it. So for it to be displayed, it has a longer time than traditional media. When we look at usability, anyone can access the platforms and create content. Finally, immediacy, so it's for direct communication, so it's actually a two-way direction, so you can send news, ask questions, raise discussions, and so on. So it's kind of in the face for the advertising. And then my colleague Vanessa is going to take it from here.
Okay, yalla guys, عشان the time, please. Go ahead, Vanessa. Hi, Vanessa.
Hi.
Vanessa, how are you? How are you doing?
Go ahead. Alhamdulillah. So, tonight we already heard a lot of information about traditional media, so I will try to skip the things that we already heard. We will just keep with the informations. Can we go to, these are the types of the traditional media. We can go to the next slide. Okay, so these
please move the slides, huh?
Sorry?
No, I'm telling Dima to move the slides.
Okay. So these are some facts about traditional media. As we know, traditional media can only reach online, cannot reach online audience, only the offline one. We don't have a customized approach to each segment that we are targeting with the traditional media. We only have one campaign or message which will be sent to all the targeting segments. It can actually reach more people than like the digital media, but it can do it only locally, not globally. That's the disadvantage. The traditional media is associated with a higher cost than digital media. Dima, can you move? Can you go to the next one? Okay. So this is CPM, which is cost per mile. This is how much it costs to get in touch.
Right? We talked about this, I think, in class. Cost per thousand.
To reach 1,000 people. So as you can see,
1,000 audience.
Yes. So the TV has an average CPM of $28. Radio has $10. Billboard $5. And as we are going to the right side, we see that it cannot even compare with the prices of the digital marketing. The price is so decreased. So even though it can reach more audience, the traditional media, the cost cannot be compared. Dima, can you go to the next one? You skipped one slide.
One more?
No, go one back, Dima.
One back, Dima. I went one back. No, this is the one back. That's the next one.
There is one in between.
Which one in between? Which one do you? This one? This one?
Yes, this one. So with the traditional media, we only have one way to communicate. There is no interaction, and when there is no interaction, there is no improvement because you cannot see what is obstacle in your communication with the customers. So it is not easy to track the results with the traditional media as it is easy with one click only, as you can do with the digital media. And there is no mobility with the traditional media. You cannot bring your TV with you everywhere you are going, like maybe newspapers, but the radio also, the real traditional media. I'm not speaking about the radio on your application, on your phone or like this. And the last thing is the traditional media, it's the advantages that we don't need expensive technologies to broadcast the programs, the radios and everything. Now we will go over some interesting figures about Dima. You went 2 slides, one more. Okay. So these are information from Statista. It is a website which is collecting data in United States of America. The data is from 2019. They did the first one on the left is about the books. The statistic shows the average number of books read per year by consumers in the United States. 31% of people read 1 to 5 books per year, but only 13% of the people said that they read more than 50 books per year, which is actually concerning because if you divide it per month, the number is decreasing. The second one, the TV, as you can see, the first one is the number of the household in the US, which is 120 million. If you compare it with the population number, it's also decreasing. And the last one is magazines, and this one is actually still, how can I say, it's a little bit decreasing, but it's still it's alive, like they are keeping it on the CPI.
Yeah, one of the groups also, they confirmed this about the magazines, I think the first group. Okay,
yeah,
great.
So
Yalla.
can you move?
Yeah.
The last, no. I don't have.
Go ahead.
So as you can see, this is the paid circulation of daily newspapers in the US for 2019. It was only 28.6 millions. And if you look back at the 1985, you can see it was somewhere between 60 and 65 millions. So it is dropping every year. It had only a little bit in 2014. It had stopped the drop a little bit, but then it went again down. So the newspapers are definitely they will keep dropping and they will be eventually replaced with online newspapers. So this is for the first question. Now we will proceed with the second one.
Thank you, Vanessa. Next.
Okay. Do you think that the era of traditional media is over? Has it become obsolete? Take a stance. No. Despite the popularity of a new media and social media, traditional media is still effective. Mainly because traditional media allows businesses to target a broad target audience through different means like billboards, print advertising, television commercials, and more. And also there is the integration, use of both traditional and the new media through promotion of social channels through traditional media. And then also because people tend to rely on TV as a trustful source for updates and information in times like nowadays with the pandemic, people tend to watch TV more. There is a significant rate increase like in the United States, an average 61% increase of TV viewings. And then also this is the next slide. Yeah, already the other group shared this, but this is just to show that TV still remains more popular in the traditional media, unlike like newspapers. They're basically dying. I think it's mainly because people are relying more on electronic newspapers. But with TV, it's just 3% behind. And then also on this charts here, television and digital are the only ones that increased. The next slide, yeah, and the global ad revenue comparison between 2014 2019. And then the slide after is just an average viewing of TV in selected countries. In France, Germany, Italy, Spain, United Kingdom, United States, and Japan. People between 18 to 24 and then 25 to 34 before, although they're young and you'd assume they're more into new media, they watch TV, especially in the United States and the United Kingdom, more than older people.
Okay, so how can a new media, specifically digital, reach the large masses like traditional media? So if you can see over here, basically, according to studies around the world, especially in the MENA region, people are spending more time on their phones, tablets, laptops than in front of the TV or reading newspapers. For example, if you can see to the left, this is a survey that was done for the young adults, and it can show you the most used social media platforms in the MENA region, like the GCC. You can see the first is WhatsApp, Facebook, and Instagram. And the second graph basically explains the most social media platforms used in countries in the MENA region, such as Jordan, Lebanon, Qatar, Saudi, Tunisia, and United Arab. So you can see in Qatar, the most used is Instagram. Also, according to the ultimate list of digital marketing statistics, it shows that 78% of small businesses now get at least 1/4 of their new customers via social media. And also 61% of young people, young adults, they refer to social media to decide on what to buy and where to buy it. If we can move to the next slide. You can also, my colleagues have, Dima, if you can move to the next slide, please. No, the one before. Yeah, this one. So basically, some of my colleagues already used these graphs, and they explained that over here you can see per the U.S. marketing charts, they predicted the amount spent on digital media, which is around it's around 160 billion, and to the graph next to it, you can see that social media is one of the cheapest forms of advertising right now. So you can say that how much money is spent on social media, and you can compare it with the magazines, newspapers, and the TV. So moving on to the next slide, which is the one you're at, Dima, don't move it. So so traditional media basically trends is known to be more expensive than new media, to have the ability to reach a broad target. So the strengths of mainstream television, radio, and print remain the same, as these mediums are able to reach a mass audience. However, the new media allows businesses to target ads specifically to consumers based on their age, their gender, their marital status. So basically, they can focus on what target audience they want their message to be shared to. It also allows businesses the ability to track what these consumers are doing and how they end up on their website. So here's a small example of basically, I just put two graphs from previous studies made in 2016 and 2015, and it shows you the amount spent on print and digital magazines. As Vanessa said, she also explained about newspapers. That they're dropping. Also here you can see that the drop in print and digital magazines between 2015 and 2020, and you can see the drop and the increase is very significant. Also traditional and
stop next.
Okay, so next is basically I will just explain briefly basically how each platform, just for them to share the message to their target audience, what people or brands need to focus on. So for example, Twitter, basically brands need to tweet frequently, they need to use visual content, the time that they post at, the niche influencers. Also on Instagram, people need to understand the algorithm, the Instagram algorithm, because if you understand it, you understand when people are engaging, the speed of engagement, and the frequency. It also, you can reach a higher target audience. Also to focus on the peak time and cross-posting. Also for Instagram, there are paid ads where brands can focus on. If you can see in YouTube, basically you also need to understand the algorithm, create useful but exclusive content so that you have exclusive content with your audience. In blogs and for Facebook and blogs, you have to focus on your audience, the quality over the quantity, and also